In 2022, a single AI system wrote better code than most professional programmers. The engineers who built it, some of the most brilliant minds at OpenAI, were shocked. Not because the AI was fast, not because it was cheap, but because no one taught it to code like this. What happened next changed everything we thought we knew about human intelligence and about ourselves. My name is Francis, and for the next 10 minutes, I want to take you back to the exact moment the world changed. Not the moment AI was invented, not the moment it first beat a human at chess. I want to take you to November 30th, 2022, the day that, within 5 days, shocked 1 million people into signing up for something they had never heard of before. But to understand why that moment matters, we need to go back much, much further, 70 years back, to be exact, to a man sitting alone in a room with a question that would haunt him for the rest of his life. A question that today we are finally beginning to answer. He asked, "Can machines think?" His name was Alan Turing, a British mathematician, a war hero, a man so far ahead of his time that even today scientists are still catching up to his ideas. In 1950, Turing published a paper called Computing Machinery and Intelligence. In it, he proposed a test, now called the Turing test, to determine whether a machine could exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from a human. He believed it would happen by the year 2000. He was almost right. For decades after Turing, AI moved slowly, painfully slowly. In the 1960s, scientists predicted human-level AI within 20 years. That deadline came and went. In the 1980s, a new approach called expert systems was supposed to change everything. It didn't. In the 1990s, Deep Blue beat Garry Kasparov at chess. The world gasped. But beating chess was not the same as thinking. Not even close. And then, something changed. In 2012, a team at the University of Toronto entered an image recognition competition. Their system, trained on a neural network that loosely mimics the human brain, didn't just win. It crushed the competition by a margin that wasn't supposed to be possible. The AI community called it a Sputnik moment. Within 2 years, every major tech company, Google, Meta, Microsoft, had pivoted their entire research divisions toward this new approach. They called it deep learning, and for the next 10 years, they poured hundreds of billions of dollars into it. Now you understand why November 2022 was inevitable. ChatGPT launched on November 30th, 2022. No ads, no celebrity endorsements, no marketing budget. Within 1 week, 1 million users. Within 2 months, 100 million users. For comparison, it took Instagram 2.5 years to reach that same number. But ChatGPT's user numbers weren't the real story. The real story was what it could actually do. It passed the US medical licensing exam. It passed the bar exam for lawyers. It wrote code that senior engineers described as, and I quote, genuinely impressive. And here's what terrified even its own creators. No one fully understands why it works so well. The model learned by reading hundreds of billions of words of human-generated text, and somewhere in that process, it developed capabilities that it was never explicitly trained for. This is called emergent behavior, and it raises a question that keeps AI researchers up at night. Moore's law, the famous principle that computing power doubles every 2 years, is slowing down. But AI is not following Moore's law. AI is following its own law. From GPT-2 to GPT-3 to GPT-4, each generation has been not twice as powerful, but orders of magnitude more capable. In 2020, the best AI in the world scored 54% on a graduate-level reasoning test. By 2024, that same test, 90%. In 4 years. 4 years. If this trajectory continues, and there's no technical reason it won't, then by 2030, we will be living in a world that most people today cannot even imagine. 1.8 trillion. That is how much money is being invested into AI infrastructure globally in 2025 alone. Data centers, chips, research, talent. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta. They are not betting on AI because they think it's interesting. They are betting on AI because they believe it will be the last technology humans ever need to invent. Because after this, AI invents the rest. So here's where we stand. In 70 years, we went from Alan Turing asking, "Can machines think?" to machines that write better than most humans, reason better than most doctors, and code better than most engineers. And we are still in the early days. The next 10 years will bring changes that will make the last 10 look like a quiet Tuesday. AI combined with robotics. AI combined with biology. AI combined with weapons. AI combined with everything. I'll be covering all of it, every single day, with one goal, to make sure you understand what's coming before it arrives. But I want to end today with a question for you. Alan Turing asked in 1950, "Can machines think?" The question for 2025 is different. If machines can think, what does that make us? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll see you next video.